IELTS स्पीकिंग बुक नंबर 8 और टेस्ट नंबर 3 को आज हम करेंगे सॉल्व और देखेंगे कि इसके क्या पॉसिबल आंसर्स बनते हैं। आइए स्टार्ट करते हैं। पार्ट नंबर 1 जो कि जनरल इंटरव्यू होता है या जनरल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं। यहाँ पे फ्लावर्स हैं। डू यू लाइक टू हैव फ्लावर्स इन योर होम, व्हाई एंड व्हाई नॉट? क्या आपको अच्छा लगता है कि घर में फ्लावर्स हो? येस, आई लाइक टू हैव फ्लावर्स इन माई होम बिकॉज फ्लावर्स गिव यू a feeling of freshness. Whenever you look at the flowers, you become directly attached to nature within seconds. So, flowers renew your soul. This is why I like to have flowers in my home. Sawal number 2. Where would you go to buy flowers and why? I would go to I would go to buy flowers on a florist shop because here we have florist shops in our city, so I go to uh, the florist shop because we don't have huge gardens and we don't have many flowers at home. So uh, a florist have the variety of flowers, and he can prepare a bouquet, a professional one for us. सवाल नंबर 3, ऑन व्हाट ओकेजन्स वुड यू गिव समवन फ्लावर्स? आप किन मौक़ों पर किसी को फूल देते हैं? We give someone flowers on occasions like when someone is ill, we wish him good luck, and when somebody is having his marriage ceremony, we give them flowers, and when somebody has done something, like he has achieved something or he has attained success in some uh, big period of his life, then we uh, offer them or present them with flowers. Sawal number 4, are flowers important in your culture? Why and why not? Yes, flowers are important in every culture, and so is with our culture. In our culture, flowers are also very important because our culture um, is very simple. I mean, it's not very advanced, and still people have some rituals that rituals involve presentation of flowers. So this is why flowers are important in our culture. Number 2 is that in the poetry, in the poetry of our culture, in Urdu, Punjabi and Hindi poetry, flower has the main flower is the main object of saying anything. So through flowers, things are saying. Flower is used as a simile for beloveds, and flower for softness, flower for love, and flower for a number of things. And these two are the main reasons why flowers are important in our culture. पार्ट नंबर 2 की तरफ आते हैं, जो कि क्यू कार्ड है या स्पीच है। इस दफ़ा है डिस्क्राइब अ मीटिंग यू रिमेंबर गोइंग टू एट वर्क, कॉलेज और स्कूल। यू शुड से व्हेन एंड वेयर द मीटिंग वाज। आप स्कूल, कॉलेज या काम पे जिस मीटिंग में भी गए थे उसका बताएं, और आपको ये बताना होगा कि मीटिंग कब और कहाँ वाक़या हुई। हु वाज एट द मीटिंग, मीटिंग पे कौन कौन था। व्हाट द पीपल एट द मीटिंग टॉक्ड अबाउट, लोगों ने मीटिंग में किस बारे में बातें की। एंड एक्सप्लेन व्हाई यू रिमेंबर गोइंग टू दिस मीटिंग, और आप बताएं कि आपको इस मीटिंग पे जाना क्यों याद है। So let us start the answer. I remember the meeting at my college when I was the proctor of my class, and I remember that there was a meeting of the college staff with the principal, heads of departments, and our lecturers were there in that meeting, and in that hall we were uh, also invited to the meeting because the proctors they gave us respect as proctors, and they wanted to listen to our opinions as well. So uh, in that meeting, the result was being discussed before being announced, and all the strategies of teaching were being discussed, and it was being analyzed that how our strategies are working, and how the students were performing, and how the output could be uh, improved. So all these topics were being discussed at the meeting. So when the result was being analyzed subject wise and the teacher wise and the class wise, uh, everybody discussed and everybody talked about the positive things and not about the negative things, and especially the areas where the results could be improved, where the students' comprehension levels could be raised, and where the students' performance could be raised. And I remember going to that meeting because it was my first time. I was being hesitant in hesitant to speak before my teachers and in a big hall before such people. But uh, I considered it a very important opportunity to represent the problems of the students, and where I thought uh, there was a margin for improvement. So I had a heart, and I raised my hand and they invited me to talk, and then I started explaining all the areas where the improvements could be made. So everybody appreciated that opinion of mine and that analysis and that observation. So I feel really elated after that, and my confidence level uh, reached heights because I trusted my opinions, and I considered, and it also put a responsibility on my shoulders of having more rational, having more realistic, and having more beneficial views and opinions. So this meeting changed me forever, and I am thankful to all the teachers and the Mr. Principal who called me to the meeting. पार्ट नंबर 3, डिस्कशन टॉपिक्स, जिसमें गोइंग टू मीटिंग्स। हमारा टॉपिक है, इसका सवाल नंबर 1 हम डिस्कस करते हैं जी। सवाल नंबर 1 है, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ मीटिंग दैट पीपल ऑफ्टन गो टू। इन आवर कल्चर पीपल गो टू बिजनेस मीटिंग्स एंड पीपल गो टू some meetings of the political parties, and there is no third type of meeting where people go. Sawal number, though some people say that no one likes to go to the meetings, what do you think? Yes, people don't want to go to the meetings because in meetings some people want to impress others and they don't give others chance to speak. They don't give everybody or every body present in the meeting equal importance, and they try to impress others, they try to manipulate others with their opinion. So this is why most of the participants try to avoid meetings. Why, सवाल नंबर 3, why can it sometimes be important to go to meetings? मीटिंग्स में जाना समटाइम्स क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट होता है? इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट टू गो टू द मीटिंग समटाइम्स बिकॉज sometimes some important announcements are being made in the meeting. Sometimes some important matters related to us are discussed, and related to our company, and related to us directly or indirectly are being discussed in the meeting. Sometimes we have a chance uh, to convey to the people, convey to the important persons where what we have been always thinking of. So we shouldn't miss this chance, and we should avail of these opportunities. So this is how not going to a meeting can be at loss for us. पार्ट नंबर 3 का दूसरा सेक्शन, इंटरनेशनल मीटिंग्स। व्हाई डू यू थिंक वर्ल्ड लीडर्स ऑफ्टन हैव मीटिंग्स टुगेदर? World leaders obviously have to talk about many important things. There are a number of things to be discussed. The leaders have to have meetings frequently. Sawal number 2. What possible difficulties might be involved in organizing meetings between world leaders? There are 2 to 3 difficulties that might be involved. Number one is the political pressures of the party. Sometimes the people or the political leaders are from the opposite parties, and the party pressure becomes hard, and it becomes difficult to arrange their meetings. Sometimes their time schedules are so tough and they are so engaged for many months that there could be no meeting at all. So only these 2 or 3 difficulties could be involved in organizing meetings between world leaders. Number 3, do you think that meetings between international leaders will become more frequent in future, or will there be less need for world leaders to meet? Our world is being globalized, and especially the internet has brought all the world on one page, and uh, interests are becoming common, lifestyles are becoming common, cultures are becoming common, and the world is getting into or entering into a new phase of universality, and this universality and this commonness puts a responsibility on the shoulders of the leaders to have frequent meetings, because if we have to save this world, if we have to save humanity, we need to work more on that, and there is no more an era of staying aloof or being separate from the world, and these meetings will be frequent, and they are becoming more frequent. This is the only way of getting ahead. इस वीडियो को देखने के लिए आपका बहुत शुक्रिया। इसको ज़रूर शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें, बिल्कुल फ्री है। थैंक यू।